Worst to worst, this all goes to and then, of course, I'm forced to, murk all of Jay's loyal fans, and, he'll never see his beloved fandom again.
Well, worst case scenario, I have to make Slag, son of Slag, grandson of Slag.
I'm not gonna lie, that would be a hilarious change-up. I'm actually, Slaggy-O. Totally different person. Completely fresh character idea.
They
Alright,
made me in a jar.
there you go. Let's see how this works. I hear the audio on my end. That's the other audio I needed. Okay, cool. Well then, guess we better get this party started. Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening? What's popping? What's shaking? What's cracking, guys? I am Sam J. Cruz from High Tier Gaming, and today we're going back to the future. No, wait, no, we're not. We're back to the past. We're actually going back to the past. It's just so we're all clear, we're going back to the past. Today, we are bringing up a story that happened just before the events of the next episode, but stuff happened that stopped it from being seen. So to solve that problem, I'm telling the story. And with me for this wild ride would be our good friend Jester. We gotta find a new nickname for you. Troublin? Tro? Trab?
I mean, you can just call me Cam.
I took all the time to learn the name thing. Now it just seems wasteful. Cam! Alright, guys.
Well, that's
Yo, go ahead. What? Explain.
that's that's more like a call sign. You know how people get call signs, and I didn't really choose that call sign, but it's one that stuck.
Then why didn't you just Vega has a call sign too, and I call him by it. We call it a call sign for a reason, Cam. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't care. It's fine. So, here's what's happening. We are gonna actually back up to a point where we are specifically in a village that you may or may not remember. Uh, it's the very first village you've ever gone to. In fact, I want to say it should be Coffin. Is it? Is it
No, the
not?
first village I went to was like a Slitherton, or not.
Oh, that's right. It's not Slytherin. Not Slytherin. God, what is it?
Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Slytherin.
The point is, the town you're currently in, uh, is it? It's not Slither. God, now I'm lost. I've given up on it. Okay?
It's either Snaketown or Slitherton.
In an indescript town with a name you can no longer remember. Nailed it. You yourself, Slag, will find your hanging out with a certain person. Namely one... Da 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 da. I'll leave you to guess who that is. It's a secret. Can you guess?
Yes, the one that I will soon turn into a fluffy dragon.
Well, she's not a fluffy dragon right now, so you can't call her that. What's her name, Slag?
Cassandra.
Cool. Let's put that in so all the other people who definitely remember her can definitely see her name. Boom. And an undescript dragon man by the name of Slag. The two of you are currently, well, you've met in a tavern, if you will. The lot of you are currently inside this tavern, and short, sweet, simple. The two of you are discussing some future dealings. She kind of... So, are you certain you can have this ride procured for us?
Oh, definitely. Just depends on how quickly you can get there.
Okay. Can you do me a favor then? Slag was your name, correct?
Yes.
I'm sorry, my mind's a little bit everywhere right now. Can you do me a favor and put together maybe a secondary carriage as well? Just in case something goes wrong. I don't know. I always have a bad feeling about these things.
I can see what I can do. I make no promises, but I can see if there's anyone around here that can put something together.
Okay. Um, that's it for me. Um, thank you. I really do appreciate you, you getting all this together for us. If there's anything else you need, just, let me know.
Just have that information ready at the end of the journey. I ain't one to back out on a deal.
Fair enough. So, Cassandra, and definitely the face that we're definitely keeping, probably. Pretty sure, like 80% sure. She leaves, and you are left in this, tavern, if you will. The thing about it is, you notice that while looking around this tavern, there are a lot of snakes here. Like, a lot of snakes.
Like imagery of snakes or actual snakes?
Funny enough, it's all imagery. But some of it almost looks like someone might have taken actual snakes and, stuffed them. But at the same time, you'll notice that as you search through the menu, there's no snakes on the menu.
That seems like a waste, but I can understand not wanting to eat snakes. Especially if they're poisonous.
That's fair. However, your curiosity does seem to finally get you, and you're forced to. You got to know the answer to this.
I'd like to see if I can wave down a bartender.
One of the guys kind of comes up. Stranger.
I mean, I don't call you human, so let's try not to be racist.
What do you want?
I'm just asking some simple questions. I haven't been to this town very often, and I'm usually only here for probably about an hour or two. Just wondering, is this snake motif like a choice, or did you have to inherit an entire warehouse of this shit?
So everyone kind of stops doing whatever it is they are doing and turns and looks at you. Uh-huh.
I mean, you look like I just cursed your mothers out. What's the problem here?
You'll do nicely. You'll do real nicely.
Let me just warn you right here. I've been through a whole lot of shit the last couple months. So if you want to start something, let me be clear. You better hit the king if you want to kill the king. Or else I will burn this fucker to the ground.
The group starts to get up as your bodyguard walks in. Gazebo. Boss, you ready to go?
Yeah, I think it's about time we leave.
Why are these weirdos all staring at you?
I think they like scales.
Then why aren't they eating all the snakes they have here? It's kind of weird.
I asked that very same question. They don't seem to like that question.
Alright, weirdos. We'll see you later, I guess. You guys basically start to head out, and as you're walking out, Gazebo starts telling you about all the things that are going on today. There, I think apparently Clot has found well, he thinks he found a way to make the lullaby a little bit better.
I
Yeah.
could always use with a little bit more corn in my purse. There's plenty of people who need something that calm their nerves.
Well, with any luck, he doesn't break anything else. You know that guy's absolutely incompetent. I don't know why you keep him.
The key isn't incompetence, it's understanding how to use that incompetence to the benefit. And while he may be as clumsy as anybody, you all gotta start somewhere.
Just saying, boss.
I mean, I got scars running up the half side of my body because I failed, I don't know how many explosive potions in my beginning.
Yeah, but I mean, you're actually intelligent. He's an idiot.
He's a savant. There's a difference.
You're gonna have to tell me the answer to that one of these days.
I mean, I don't expect you to do all the taxes, but I do trust you when he needs some head splitting. That's the difference.
Touche, I guess. Though I never really took the full understanding of why we use that, but I get what you're saying. You guys
Uh,
basically start to head up to this, this main gate. It's your main gate. You know it quite well. I'm sorry, boss. What was that?
Keep an eye on that town we just came from. I have a feeling we may be able to expand our warehouses, possibly.
Yeah, you say so, boss. Those guys seem like they're freaks to me.
Exactly.
Oh, jeez. So, the two of you enter inside this warehouse, and two of your heavier guards kind of look at you guys. Boss,
Anything weird happening?
not really. There's a couple guys that seem to be passing by the warehouse unusually, but you should probably talk to your girl about that.
I will. Thanks for the info. Anything else happens, be sure to yell.
Yes, boss. So, as you're kind of passing through the warehouse a bit, you'll notice that there's a couple of your guards that are still here, but most of them are out. You've sent most of them away to do other things, and I mean, this is a big business. Quite frankly, you have spent probably a few years cultivating this entire thing. The biggest thing that you've done when it comes to your own contributions is create what you know as liquid lullaby. It's basically a potion that spreads this calming influence on the user. It relieves stress and it mimics being rocked gently in someone's big warm arms. While it's not directly addictive, the effect only lasts about 10 minutes.
If only I
That's
could make it last longer.
Yeah, that has been what Clout has been attempting to do for you for a while. Mostly very unsuccessfully. So, among your group, there are of course your heavy troopers that you keep a couple main guards with, and then of course you've got over there your simple warehouse workers that are also semi-soldiers. But among your real group, there are three, at least among your leadership. There'd be Gazebo, Clout, and of course, as you kind of walk up and head over to the catwalk, you'll run into your other member, your other main leadership, Talon. Talon is an archer and a scout. She's kind of short, a little bit wiry, and she oftentimes hunches over her shoulders, giving her an appearance of being frail. But you've known her to be someone who rarely misses. She often, when she walks, specifically when she's chasing a prey down, she moves with fluidity and deliberately. The way she shoots, it almost seems as though she's reading a few seconds into the future as she aims at someone moving down some flight of stairs or another. While you're on your way up, she does glance in your direction, but only for a moment before continuing to look at all the workers in the catwalk themselves. Boss, welcome back.
Good to be back.
Uh, I don't know why someone keeps bringing a rooster by, but for some reason they have them on a leash. I. How did we choose this town?
Because it's quiet and it's rarely patrolled by anything other than a handful of guards.
And that damned rooster.
I mean, to be fair, would you rather be dealing with a shit ton of guards that's going to be demanding either bribes or us to stop doing our business, or just a handful of guards that just take a handful of gold and some drugs on the side?
Fine, I guess it's somewhat reasonable. But God, that damned rooster.
I mean, if you want to use it for target practice, feel free.
That's not fair. I'd kill it immediately.
And then I'd cook it immediately.
Oh, right. There was a slightly bigger issue. I noticed there's been a lot of cult activity around here more recently.
What kind of cult?
Uh, well, the kind of cult that seems to offer drugs as well.
What info you got on the cult?
Well, from what I understand, word on the street is that the drug itself is considered rocket fuel. It's it's kind of the opposite of what we do, where our drug kind of relaxes people. It basically gives them that crazy edge. I don't know, it bumps their adrenaline to insane proportions. And
So,
then,
Berserker Potion.
not quite, it also usually gives them hallucinations. But that's not the real problem. There's two real problems, in fact. First one, it's really addictive. So, where ours gives them a little high that, or better yet, a low, that relaxes them without any desire to continue, except for their own natural desire, theirs is addictive. And the effects last for an hour.
Do we happen to know if it's any kind of fatal or any kind of downsides besides the addictive properties?
Well, from what I understand, it's exhaustive afterwards. But other than that, not exactly.
Well, considering the strain it'll probably put on the body, there's a good chance people start falling, especially if they're not careful about its usage. Do you happen to know where they're making it, or anywhere the distribution is happening?
I wasn't willing to leave the compound with all that going on. In fact, we've had some issues with a couple of our distributors. Apparently, they've been attacked once or twice by the cold.
Do we have a name for the faceless cult?
That's just it. Let me think. Do they give us a name of some sort. I think they basically call themselves something like the Sky Cult or something weird like that. She kind of
And this is why I don't like religion.
she kind of hands you a coin. On this coin, you'll notice that there is an image of a river, and above it looks like a circular floating disc. Apparently, they all carry one of these stupid things.
Okay, just for a second, outside of gameplay,
Hmm.
are you somehow gonna tie the damn ukulele into this?
No, this isn't about the ukulelean. Not that I know
Okay, I'm
of.
just making sure. Just making sure, because that sounds exactly what the ukulele cult would have for a coin. You just realized it, didn't you?
I didn't even think about that. No, no, no. You've got other problems.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure.
That is great. So,
I'm sorry. That I just as soon as you said circular disc with a river, that just sounded exactly like what the ukulele would have for his fucking cult's coin.
what are you talking about?
Goddamn.
His would obviously be a plant. It'd
I mean,
obviously be a
yeah,
plant, but
but
just at
I'm
best.
pretty sure the ones that want to eat him would probably make something that would represent his spaceness. Okay,
So,
back to the thing. Back to the thing. I'm sorry.
also, apparently, Clout wants to talk to you about, I don't know, something else he's trying to do poorly.
I'll see what he not wants. I have two jobs for you. First one involves this cult. See if you can get some of our more discreet members to find if we can find any of the distribution points for these guys, and if possible, their storage house, especially for this immediate area. We need to push them out before they start pushing on us. And second, the Cassandra contact I met, uh, she needs a second cart for the for her plan. I have no idea what the fuck's going on. She sounds a little bit desperate. I knew her dad. He was a chill dude. I promised him I'd take care of her if he ever left this mortal coil. He was one of my first customers. I owe him that. So
Okay,
have a
well, you did make sure to charge him double for that, correct?
I mean, I charged him what I could. He helped me get this started, so I kind of owe him that much.
Okay, that's gonna take. Does she need it basically immediately?
I told her I'd get it as soon as possible. I made her no promises. So if it costs too much, just use one of our own carts. If it doesn't, yeah, see if we can purchase one. So have one started in Fort Coffin, and then have the other one waiting at the what was the name of the town at the end of the fuck, the one with all the mist beasts,
I
mist
don't.
monsters.
I don't know. I mean, isn't that Snake Town or something like that?
No,
I don't
that's the
know.
one we just came from. The one at the one Edgemont. That's the fucking name. Have one waiting at the edge of Edgemont.
That one's gonna take a long time, especially
Oh, I
getting
know.
all the way out there.
But we should have at least an outpost out there, considering we get a good chunk of our supply from the wilds.
Not since those hula skirt kids started coming around. I don't know, those weirdos in green. They keep showing up over there, and it kind of freaks out a lot of people. They kind of
I mean, just have it sitting out there. Have it look like it's broken down. Just have the parts sit like buried nearby. I can put it together if I need to.
understood. All right,
All
well,
right.
I guess you better go see Cloud.
I mean, he's gonna be worth his weight in gold. Trust me.
Gazebo kind of laughs.
I
What
mean,
is
that's
he
not a lot
like?
of gold, mind you, but still.
So, as you guys start to head down, it seems Talon is going to leave you to your, well, to go see Cloud on your own. So, you and Gazebo head downstairs, and it's here that you get a chance to go back to your favorite place. The actual place where all the magic happens. This is where you put together all your potions. Why don't you tell us about it a little bit?
Now, have you ever seen Frankenstein's lab?
Oh, God in heaven.
Think something along those lines, just with more beakers and less electricity sparking everywhere.
Is,
With
mm-hmm.
with one side being a giant cauldron meant for boiling liquids, and other side small little beakers for more delicate work, and another side for just basic maintenance of the area and for just random off the wall shit that I ever get interested in.
So, there is an explosion somewhere around the end of your, well, just before you end up in basically the secret tunnel that leads out. Because you have a secret room down there. And then it also has an escape tunnel down there, just in case anything goes to, well, belly up. I mean, you do kind of run a drug empire, if you will.
Oh yeah, you gotta have escape plans on escape plans on escape plans.
And then, of course, out of that smoke, Clout kind of stumbles out. Oh, oh, hey, boss, welcome back.
Two questions. One, did you collapse or escape the tunnel? And two, how much of that explosive material do you still have?
Well, uh, no, and, a little?
Okay, keep that recipe. I think we're gonna have that as a backup plan in case our new cult friends decide they want to get antsy.
Okay, I mean, I've got some already kind of set up to the side, but uh, when it comes down to it, I'm going to be honest, there's well, I may have barred most of it. Also, what I have left, just be careful not to knock it over or bump into it, or just don't go near it. It may or may not be so volatile that it could blow this entire building up. I'm not saying that's the case, but yeah, that's definitely the case. Gazebo
I
kind
mean,
of
I can respect that.
Gazebo kind of grabs him and pulls him in closer. Welcome back, nerd. Just stop. Come on, Gazebo. I am fragile.
You get used to it, trust me.
Boss, uh, I'm just a little confused. What exactly is Cloud trying to do down here? I know it's good work, obviously, Cloud, because, you, and he kind of shoves him a little bit, and Cloud falls down, gets up, breaks himself off, and collects the papers he had in his hand. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Like, what are you looking to get out of this?
Well, Cloud has three jobs in this industry. One, he's a manufacturer. He helps us manufacture liquid lullaby, while I and the other and others are out doing runs. Two, he experiments on possible other avenues for us to make non-addictive, but just as appealing drugs, and occasionally herbs that we want to test. And three, he makes incentives for people to leave us alone.
Well, thanks, boss. I really appreciate you talking me up. It's awfully nice of you. He kind of pushes back up his glasses. What? Well, here's the thing. I have great news, and I have terrible news.
Okay, give us the terrible news first.
I It might take me another month or two to figure out what to possibly add or how to put the explosive stuff into the safe stuff without making one explode or making the other less safe. Uh, but the good news is, apparently, if I combine those two, I might be able to make Lullaby last maybe another 5 minutes.
I mean, that's not that bad. And it's still non-addictive.
No, 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 no. I specifically have made sure that none of this stuff is gonna ever mess with their system. It's clean. All it is a happy time, like having a relaxing dream. This the snuggle thing is really a big focus on your part. I really tried to make sure I just really pulled that out, held it tight, and he kind of grabs him. Yeah, yeah, that. Oh, sorry, got that. And he kind of picks up some of his papers, hands it back to him. Yeah. So, I understand you'll probably need some more chems. Uh, if you'd like, we can work on that a little bit, and then maybe you can give me a hand down here.
Oh yeah, I need to prepare. It looks like a storm's a brewing. That explosive material you were making. You still have the recipe for that?
Yeah, but I mean, it's probably not going to do any better than any of your other stuff. I mean, at best, it's nearly an unstable compound. At worst, any of your acids could do the trick without you even needing to break a sweat. I mean, let's be honest, boss. Your stuff is kind of dope.
I mean, you're not wrong there. But to be like I said, sometimes an incentive of this is gonna blow your face off keeps people from attacking you. So just keep some by your side in case someone decides to push.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I gotcha. So Gazebo's gonna actually kind of hang back here because, as you know, Gazebo is very proud of the idea of you do the explosive stuff, I do the stabby stuff.
That is a fair trade, and I enjoy that trade.
So while you guys are over here, I would like you to tell me what you are looking to craft when it comes to your actual potions. As you know, you have a potion bag with 24 slots in it. So, between the two of you, you should be able to get a few things done. Now, if I'm correct, I'm not sure if you have it. Let's see. You are
I don't
mad
have it
scientist.
currently.
No, currently, but he'll still attempt to help you. So, he just, you can't make any promises that his help will be as helpful as you want it to be. So, what is it that you'd like to make?
Alrighty, 1 second.
We can see what kind of potions you're attempting to make, because we know you've got over here your bang bang gas, you've got some invigorating elixir. Looks like you've also got
Uh,
corrosive bile, venom bile, some sleepy powder, swarm aroma. You have a lot of different
I'm
potions.
gonna, yeah, I'm gonna definitely make 3 things of Bang Bang gas, but I don't see my bag. 1 second.
Your bag's got 24 slots in it.
I know, but I'm trying to make sure I keep count of how many slots I use.
Okay, well, let's see if we can give you a magic bag. Because you're looking to have an actual bag on there. Let's see if we can make that into a thing. Bag. Let's convert those into some slots. And we're just going to do it like that. 1, 2, 3. You tell me what you're looking to make. Remember, you got to make them separately, though. But you tell me what you're looking to make, and we'll work on it that way.
Alrighty.
Okay, so
I definitely just spent 6.
Alright. While you're working that down, See if we can craft you up some potion slots. Adding slots to your potions, that's what potions are for. Alright.
Then I'm gonna make a venom cloud.
Okay, so should have probably made you roll before you decided what you were making. However, at this point, I don't think you really need to, since between the two of you, you're pretty good with your business. The two of you are pretty
That
good about it.
that and my setup is exactly how I want it.
It makes it almost impossible for you to fail. Mostly. So, you've got yourself a little bit of everything. What else are we making?
Making a swarm aroma,
Okay. So,
a sleepy powder,
alright. So, we did our swarm.
and then 2 invigorating elixir.
Did some sleepy. Some invigorating. Oop, that is not how you spell invigorating. There we go. Did you do, you said you did some bang bang, right?
Yes, I did 3 bang bang gas. That is an
3 of
incredibly
those.
useful tool.
I understand that completely. Okay, so how many swarms did we do?
Just 1 swarm aroma,
So 1 swarm. How many sleepies?
1 sleepy.
1
I also
sleepy.
did I also did 1 venom cloud.
So we'll put in the venom. We
And
did 1
then
of
2
those.
invigorating.
And 2 invigorating. Gotcha. Did we miss anything?
Nope. Nope.
Perfect. Oh, here comes a cough. After you finish up this work, the next thing is that he brings you over to this other side, and he's like, all right, I've been moving some things around over here, and this is probably the best place to be, well, messing with the possibility of we could give it another 5 minutes. I mean, I know that doesn't seem like much, but it's just, you know, I'm trying, boss.
I ain't rushing you. Do you know how long it took me to make most of my shit? It took me years of failures and modifying the recipe by incremental amounts. When you say 5 minutes, I hear extra gold lining our pockets.
He kind of, pushes back up his glasses. Right. Okay. Well, if you want to give me a hand, I'd really appreciate it.
Sure, it's always fun to go back to your roots.
So why don't you go ahead and give me a calculation expertise?
Calculation.
Indeed.
But why do I
What?
have a -1?
Why do you have a -1 in there? That's exactly what I was about to ask. It's like, why do you have a -1 in there?
Because it
Oh,
doesn't have the check mark for the X
no.
expertise.
Okay. So, what is your actual rank for it?
That is a 4, so it'd be a +4, so it'd be an 8.
Okay. So,
Actually, no, it was a 5 -1, so it'd be a 9.
cool. So, in that case, the two of you are able to run out of the room before there's a loud boom, and black smoke just kind of covers that area. The two of you kind of dust off some black smog. Uh, sorry, boss. I guess it's not quite there yet.
You did say a month. I trust that. Though we could possibly turn this into a smoke grenade if we have enough time.
Well, I mean, I'm not worried about that. That's time something we got a lot of right now. So, you guys spend a couple hours working on that. And over that time, everything seems quiet. For a while. Before there's this rattling. And this loud banging sound some hours later. And you realize it's not you guys. And Gazebo kind of rushes up to you guys. Boss, I'm starting to think there's a problem upstairs.
Yeah. Either they're having one hell of a party up there, or something's fucked up.
I
And I'm
guess.
leaning more towards the fucked up, because no one's come down here and asked for any kind of drugs. Nor...
Boss, there's a problem upstairs. Told you.
I mean, I never denied that, but... What kind of problem we talking? We talking angry customers, or we talking... Someone's wanting to... push against us?
The second one.
Well... Guess it's time to burn some motherfuckers.
You play with toys. I play... No, I can't. I'm not using that. I was going to say with... You were going to say with boys. I didn't mean it like... Stop making fun
I
of me.
think he was gonna say play with himself.
Let's just go.
I mean, it's probably a very good for you to interact with your girlfriend. Ain't you called your left hand?
So, there is a light bit of laughter from the group around, except for Clout, who just kind of... He doesn't seem to get it. But
We'll get you a girlfriend, Clout. Don't worry. I'll send down a prostitute.
as you guys race back upstairs, you'll notice that there is a lot going on all at once.
Sweet mother of Mary and Joseph, what the fuck happened?
So, just around the entire place, there seem to be cult members running through. Your heavier guards seem to be okay. However, there are a couple big problems. The biggest one comes as you start running up the stairs and you duck down as arrows start flying around you. You look up on the catwalk and there are several archers up there. By the front gate, you can hear that there's someone slamming at it. And worse yet, you're pretty sure you can hear screaming from some of your own guys. It wasn't this bad when I left it.
Okay.
Oh, this is my favorite part of the day. Killing failures. So what's the plan? As an arrow kind of hits him in the shoulder and he pulls it out and throws it down. What's the plan, boss?
Me and Thorn are gonna take care of the ones on the catwalk. You go for the gate and make sure that's secure. We don't want them rushing in as we are. As soon as we're done with the catwalk, I'll back you up at the gate. What was her name again?
Talon.
Talon. Talon, do Overwatch. Kill anything that's not us.
Okay, so
I'll leave the choice of who to hit to your discretion. If it looks like it's getting dicey, book it, and then we'll meet back at one of our safe houses.
Roger that. So Talon's gonna go ahead and run up towards this catwalk. And before she jumps up, I'd like you, Slag, to roll me initiative.
9.
So the first thing I need you to do then is to roll me a dodge defense. In fact, I'm going to make it an area dodge. So if you succeed, you'll basically jump out of the way of what's going on. But as a lot of these people see you come up on the catwalk, they turn and just start firing down on you as a group.
6.
So you are going to take 3 points of physical piercing agony as arrows just start flying through. Gazebo kind of guards you from a couple of them, but a few still tear through you. Ugh, you okay, boss?
I'm getting a little pissed off.
Just tell me when.
You go towards the gate. I'll take care of these fuckers.
Roger that. So he just runs over here. You hear a crash as he bursts through the wall.
Please tell me he goes
back, boys.
Damn it, he could have made such a cool Kool-Aid Man reference.
Slag, it is your action. What would you like to do?
I would like to go ahead and use one of my Bang Bang gases.
Okay. So you're going to burn 6 for it. Yeah. Actually, I think it's a thrown weapon, so you're going to burn 8 for it because you're basically pulling it out of a setup and tossing it at the same time. So rather than having to take it and put it in your hand, you just grab it all in one soup and throw it. So go ahead and give me a calculation expertise on that one.
$18.
18. Where are we aiming at?
1 second. 15 feet. I'm gonna go for these two right here.
Absolutely. So, with your Bang Bang gas, let's take a peek at it. Wait, no, I think it's in your first one, isn't it? It's part of your alchemical one.
Yes, it's part of my mad scientist.
Okay,
which
so
it does. They have to survive a 10 plus calculation, so a 14.
Okay.
If they fail, they take 3 bludgeoning damage and are leave dazed and exposed.
All right. So, as you huck this vial up there, it explodes right at their feet, and both of these two start screaming. One of them trips and falls off the catwalk and is no longer with you. The other one just kind of stumbles in a direction and fires off a random shot that was still, knocked in her bow. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I would.
So you're gonna burn the. Make sure to burn the energy for that one. Why does it say energy used out of 30? That's a weird thing to say.
Yeah, because it should be 15.
I swear, sometimes the world does weird things. Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna disable the max. So you're just gonna put in how much energy you use. Put it in the negative. So you burned 8 energy.
8, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my. I'm gonna go ahead and use a crossbow, my hand crossbow.
All right, roll me a D100. Let's see. Nah. What are you talking about? We already knew you were getting attacked. You had it in your hand. Let's do this.
I'm gonna use my hand crossbow and attack the one that I dazed.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a D20. And you're gonna take 4 from that.
Ooh, 15.
So, after hucking this, you take your crossbow and fire off another shot. This lady catches it right between the eyes and dies right where she stands. Is there anything else you're looking to do?
No, that's it for my turn. I mean, that's pretty good. I already took down 2 of them.
You did. So, over here, just behind you, you'll see that Talon's gonna jump up over this little railing, fire off a shot, and knock this lady down, killing her, and she falls off the catwalk. So, coming over here, all the way over there on the right, the battle has begun to intensify as these two heavy troopers run up to one of your stronger guards, and between the two of them, they end up killing him. So while this shock trooper seems to be locked down with your heavy guard, Gazebo is going to run over and just grab him, grab out his axe, and cut his head off, killing him
I'm very glad
immediately.
Gazebo is on my side.
So, all the way down at the bottom, you're going to see that these cultists have begun to start trying to climb up just climb up the building itself. There are two archers up there. One of them is going to fire off a shot and kill one of your soldiers inside. The other one's going to fire off a shot and gravely injure your heavy guard. One of these archers all the way up here on your far right is going to run over and unlatch a window. And one of the guys is going to run in. A second guy is going to run in. And the last guy is going to be left climbing up. Coming over here, this archer is going to fire at one of your guys, and that is going to kill him. However, this guy is going to run through, kick through this door, and just stab this guy right in the throat, killing him. Your heavy guard, he's a little bit slower, but he's going to try to run up, at least so he's around. Over here, your heavy guard's going to run over and kick this guy right out as he stabs him, killing him instantly. This heavy guard is too slow. He's going to only get to this point. However, the other guy, he's going to be fast enough to run over here, and he's currently tussling with one of the guys trying to climb at the window. Coming back over here, this guy is going to be able to run up, as is your heavy trooper. This guy's going to try to attack him, and it's just not easy. The guy's just too big for him. And your second guy's going to try to do the same, only to get knocked back. However, outside, they're going to attempt to ram the gate again. And as they kind of rush forward, you can hear the gate starting to buckle. You're not sure how much longer you've got, but you have a pretty good idea that that gate was not designed to be, well, smashed into by whatever it is they're using out there. However, the action, sir, is back to the beginning. And the first thing to do is, well, that one's dead, and that one's already acted. Sir, action's yours.
Alrighty, and I get back 10 energy. So I'm gonna use... my swarm aroma. And I can just barely get all 4 of these guys.
Now, it's a 15-foot radius, isn't it?
Yes.
So that means where are you attempting to drop it? Because that will matter. You see what I'm thinking, right?
Yes. Okay. I'm attempting to drop it right here.
Okay.
Which is still within my sight. So go ahead. Should I go ahead and make a calculation roll?
So here's the thing. In most cases, you're attempting to calculate it overall. Your first move was just a quick moment of thought. However, when it comes to combat, this is actually a light... what is it? Light... Oh, God. My brain. Shutting down. It's going to actually be a light launch weapon. There we go. So while you're not exactly the most skilled at it, you're great at making them, not the best at throwing them, especially with such accuracy. However, in this case, just roll me a d20, and we're going to take 4 from it. Hucking them up close, easy stuff. Giving it the full distance, that's tough. Roll me a d100.
Ooh, that's a 1.
Let's see just how close you can get it to where you're trying to go.
Sorry,
Well,
sorry.
no, you're
Ignore
okay.
it.
Oh, well, you're not okay. Oof. Actually,
No, I
it's
mean,
okay.
ignore that one. That one was a... That
It's
I
alright.
rolled too many dice at the same
It
time.
already says D100 on there, and it says 40. You got your answer.
Oh, fair enough.
However, let's see where it does reach. Not quite. That's your 15. That's in between the 2 spots you were looking to go. So you ended up not too far off. About right here. So, let's talk about that. Your swarm aroma. Tell me what it does.
All characters within the 15 point of impact was meant attempt an area dodge check versus a 14, which is 10 plus calculation.
Mm-hmm.
On failure, affected characters are swarmed by stinging insects, becomes hazy, and takes 5 physical piercing agony. That ignores armor. At the beginning of their turn, a character can expend 8 energy points. NPCs lose action and motion to end this condition.
All right, so this one right here, let's start off by going through how everyone's dealing with this. This one right here is actually going to perish from the stinging, as will this one. This one will fall out the window, and they're going to die as well. However, this guy right here is also going to perish. Being attacked, he's actually going to fall off and end up dying himself. This one will have escaped over here. And this guy's going to back up just a little bit as the insects seem to swarm around. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Let's see, that was 8. I'm gonna go ahead and move.
Where are we looking to go? So, I'll explain to you how this will look. So, if you attempt to move this way and follow the catwalk up, you'll actually end up just using walking. Completely fine. It's within your range. Walking is your thing. If you attempt to go up any other way, like climbing, for example, that will require an actual check from you to see if you can do it without having to burn extra energy. And, of course, if you attempt to go more than 30 to 35 feet, you're going to end up, again, attempting to try to burn more energy.
How much energy does attacking with my crossbow cost?
That's going to cost you 6.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and take out the, try and attack this one last archer with my crossbow.
Going after this girl here?
Yep.
You got it. Go ahead and burn your energy. And it's your crossbow, so again, that's going to be a d20. You're going to take 4 from it.
Six.
So you fire off this shot, and it just slits by her shoulder, and as it tears it down, her hood kind of falls off her. But again, it's not going to be enough to actually damage her.
And that's it for my turn.
You got it. Up on top of the catwalk, over by Talon, she's going to yell out, "Don't burn yourself out." She'll fire off a shot and hit this lady, instantly killing her, before rushing toward the window and leaning out. readying a next shot. This guy over here is going to start running down, and he's going to kind of jump over this railing and land here. So we're going to come all the way down to the bottom corner end, where this archer will start off. She'll fire off a shot, killing this guy. This archer will run over here, fire a shot, killing this guy right up here. This guy will climb through, and he's going to end up right there. This guy is going to actually climb through and end up right on top of this guy. And this guy, however, will immediately grab this guy and throw his ass right back out the window, killing him. Because, fuck out of my warehouse. So, over here, this heavy trooper is actually going to start off grabbing Gazebo, and he's going to actually chuck him through the actual door that's already been buckling, giving his people a chance to get in. This trooper here will literally slam your guy's head into the wall and then crush it. This guy is going to end up rushing him, and they are currently in a tussle. Thanks to the guard here, he's actually injured. And with the help of this heavy trooper here, he is now dead. This guy, however, is going to have a much tougher time. Slag, roll me a D100.
$99.
He takes a breath, and he's going to charge in. And in his fight, he's going to kill this guy right here. And Gazebo's going to yell, "That's the spirit!" and axe through these two right here. All right. That is actually going to bring us right back to you, Slag. What's your plan?
Well, first off, I'm gonna tell the trooper, cover the one on the windows over there. I'll be over there to back you up as soon as I can. I need to head to the gate.
It's gonna take me a minute, boss, but I'll do my best.
Just do what you can.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 energy to move to the gate through the hole Gazebo made.
Absolutely.
Fuck, that one heavy trooper kind of screwed my entire fucking plan.
Youch. It's a painful life out there.
Yeah, if I throw anything, I'm gonna hit fucking Gazebo.
So I guess the question is, what, sir, is your plan? Time's a ticking. You're running out of it.
I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my bang bang gases.
Alright.
And I'm gonna aim for right here.
Okay. Right where now?
Right here.
Okay.
So that I can
Now,
get all these guys.
this is going to be a lot tougher than the usuals because, again, remember, you're attempting to throw it out of a bursted... It's basically broken right about here. Right in this general area here. Now, you'll be hucking it through that area, basically to this spot.
Well, didn't you say it's a gate? So wouldn't there be walls? So wouldn't I just need to get it over the walls?
You want to try it that way? Absolutely.
Yes.
How about this? Give me a calculation in that case.
Damn, 9.
So, let's talk about that one, because it didn't end up where you wanted it to, but it definitely ended up somewhere. Roll me a D100.
30.
It's going to end up right here. Not because of the fact that you threw it wrong, but the fact that someone caught it, thinking it's a bomb, threw it. So as it kind of goes off, this guy is actually going to how much? What does it do again? Remind me.
All characters are within 15 feet. So you said where'd you say it hit?
So right here.
They have to make a D10 calculation check or area moxie check versus 14.
Oof. Okay.
And then on failure, they take a 3 bludgeoning, agony, and then are dazed and exposed.
So, here's how this is going to go down. This guy is dying out. This guy actually dies from it. Gazebo is only slightly injured, not enough to even really pay much attention, but this guy dies from it.
Fucking, I liked him.
I made sure I got just what we need. Okay, so is he actually in it? He is actually in it. He is not, though. Good. He is not either. Okay. And he, however, is, so this guy is going to be injured and exposed, as is this gentleman. This guy is going to be injured and exposed. This guy, however, he'll just kind of cough a little bit, and he seems like he's injured as far as you can tell. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Slag?
No. I believe that's...
Alright. Then
yeah,
let's
all I can do.
Let's see how this goes. So, we're going to start off with the Talon over here. How about that? Talon's going to... She's already leaning her head out the window. She's going to actually fire off a shot and kill this guy instantly. So, boss, there's more coming. And I think some made it through.
Fuck.
Somewhere down here, this guy actually ends up dead after being shot by multiple archers. This guy over here is going to make it probably right about here. This guy is going to run at him and stab him. He is pretty badly hurt from that one. A lucky shot. This shock trooper is actually going to run up and stab this guy, killing him instantaneously. Gazebo is going to... I'm trying to think. Gazebo hasn't done anything yet. And he's going to run over here, grab this guy, and throw him over the wall. He's out. However, your injured shock trooper is going to run over here. And between him and this other guy, they're going to put this guy down. So, with that, we're actually going to bring it back to you again. However, you hear they've made it through. You've also heard that apparently they seem to be downstairs.
Oh, fuck.
So, Talon, boss? Give the word.
Jericho plan, we need to run. We don't... Get everybody and everything you can out.
But clout.
I'm going for clout. You get everybody you can, anything you can grab, run. It's better we survive this than get buried in all the bodies.
I'm faster. I'll go get him.
No, trust me,
She kind of
it's
leans
not gonna
in,
be...
jumps over, and runs down. I'm not leaving you dying here, obviously.
Okay. Gazebo!
Sir!
Get anyone you can, get the fuck out of here. We're going to Plan Jericho.
But sir, she went... Yes, sir.
I'll
So,
see you on the other side.
stay alive, Captain. So he is going
God,
to
didn't fucking kill me. What do you think these fucks are gonna do?
quickly run off. So, you're running down to see what's going on down there, correct?
Yes, and I yelled at anyone that's still alive. Plan Jericho, get the fuck out!
Plan Jericho! Jericho! So, let's talk about you as you rush downstairs. It doesn't take you but a moment to kind of rush down and see what's happening. In this very obvious moment, you can see that your guards are dead down here. And there are only 2 other people with you. Right now, these 3 shock troopers, they're not looking good. Specifically, in the there's too many of them and not as many of you. One of them is kind of holding Talon by the throat. She's already bleeding from her stomach. And over on the other side, Cloud is kind of cowering in the corner. He knows where the secret tunnel is, but he also knows that was kind of built for you. And he doesn't want to give them the satisfaction of knowing where it is. Or at least that's what you're guessing, as he's back against the wall. Most of the potions that you had back there as backups, he's already hucked at them. This one, it seems out of the group, the one in the middle is actually injured. Possibly from some of the singes and burns that, well, some of the singes and burns that Clout chucked potions at him. And it looks like an arrow or 2 are in each of these guys. Boss. One of these guys turns to you. You're Slag.
Yes, I am. And you're the motherfuckers that are gonna either burn or walk the fuck out of here. I'll give you a choice.
Boss. Sky God wants you alive.
Well, I would like to meet him. Only problem is, I gotta take my associates to get some medical attention. So I ask you again, are you either gonna burn like last week's dinner? Or are you gonna walk the fuck back away you came in?
No associates. No associates. Boss wants you alive. As the guard kind of holding onto Talon presses a blade in a little further, and she's kind of holding it back a bit. She looks at you. Boss, Plan Jericho.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go ahead and use Agni Prawn.
So, I'm going to give you a chance to make a calculation expertise. First and foremost.
Fuck! 5.
Go ahead and give me your attempt.
I just said 5.
Indeed. Now you're going to give me your Agni Prawn.
Oh, my Agni Prawn?
Exactly.
Expend 10 energy to choose a 20-foot or 10-foot by 20-foot line, which just enough hits these two and maybe grazes him.
Okay.
But I assume that would start a fire that would slowly start to burn all the unstable chemical compounds.
Maybe.
And then they the ones that are hit make a d20 plus calculations plus 3, so 7 plus 20.
So you're going to just go ahead and roll that. You're going to attempt that against them.
Okay. Plus calculations plus 3, that's 8.
So you spread flames across this area, and it licks out. It tears through this guy, the first one pretty badly. The second one dies from it. However, as this first one gets caught, he kind of screams on fire and starts running this way. He trips and falls, and he knocks over something. Clout's eyes go wide. And over here, Talon looks at you. Boss, plan Jericho. Before chucking something that looks like one of yours across the room over here. She looks at you with almost a pleading look in her eyes. What would you like to do? It is still your action.
Shit. Give me just 1 second. First off, I'm gonna yell. Sorry, I'm very bad with names. The
Clout's over here, Talon's over here.
I'm gonna yell to Clout, take the fucking tunnel now! I'll be out in just a second.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna... I'm gonna move right here. And use my sleepy powder.
Okay. Absolutely.
Well, I'm gonna chuck it at these two.
Perfectly fine.
Let's see, how much range does the sleepy powder get?
I want to say, let's see. Sleepy powder.
25 feet. So, I gotta figure out where to put this. So yeah, I'm gonna chuck it at the corner back here so it doesn't hit me.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a d20 minus 4.
$12.
Do me a favor and give me an area dodge defense.
$7.
So, as you attempt to race towards them, and you throw out this gas that you've put in. As you do, what she's dropped goes off, and the entire area is covered in this explosive plume of smoke as you are sent flying back, and everything goes dark for you. Eventually, you will regain consciousness as Talon drags you outside. I don't know where Clout went, but you kind of look down and realize she's missing an arm, and her leg doesn't look like it's moving correctly. And you can't be certain, but it seems part of her face is not all there anymore, at least chunks of the skin. She eventually collapses with you outside. Boss, that wasn't planned, Jericho.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, I know.
You're supposed to run.
We were all supposed to run. I don't exactly leave people behind.
Have I mentioned you being an idiot yet?
Plenty of times. Uh, I'd like to use an invigorating elixir to try and keep her alive for a little bit longer.
Give me a calculation expertise first.
– 11.
11. So, alrighty. Give me a minute here. Let's see. You're pretty sure you probably could, if you'd like to, keep her alive a little longer, but you're also pretty sure it's going to hurt. There's a 99.9% chance this isn't ending well for her. And all that will do is increase her suffering. But you can certainly do it if you'd like.
I look at her and ask, there's a good chance you ain't making out of this.
She kind of looks down at herself. No shit, Sherlock.
Question. Have you ever given up on me?
No.
Okay, I'm not gonna give up on you. If you can survive a little bit longer, we can find you a healer. We can hit back at those fuckers that hit us. Do you trust me?
Boss.
Yeah?
Jericho. She
Alrighty.
doesn't quite let you down so much as collapse and stops breathing. You are left at the ruins of your once great empire. Most of your fortunes weren't just in potions, they were inside this building. There's not much left on your end. But there is at least one thing. One more job you got. One more job.
Looks like I got some sons of bitches to kill.
We're
Can
going
I describe?
to... Go ahead. No, please, tell me.
Can I describe what I do to Talon?
Absolutely.
I drag her to a part of the forest that I know she liked, and then do my best to bury her in a marked grave that I can return to.
You take basically a piece of her armor and you press it mostly into the ground by one of the trees she usually watches through.
And in there, I make a promise to myself I'm not going to return until I know the people who did this aren't going to be coming back.
You kind of look down at one of the coins that you still have, that Talon gave you, of this river and an unidentified object floating over it. The Sky God.
Well, looks like I gotta kill a god now.
We're gonna
Wonder how that's gonna turn out.
we're gonna flash forward about 2 weeks, give or take, where you are telling another person about how you're gonna be killing a god, and you've already had to kill a god. You already have plans to kill a god. As these strange worms start to work their way up to you, you kind of look at them and say, you mind being turned into a chicken?
No, I say, you mind being turned into a rabbit?
Oh, that's right, it was a rabbit!
I turned him into a rabbit. I remember that specifically.
Jesus Christ. That, however, is where we will end our session. Ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you've enjoyed this. This was a moment where we had to go a little bit backwards to bring back up what had happened in a previous episode that was misplaced. But again, if you've enjoyed yourself here, please do remember to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to High Tier Gaming if you want to see new content. Short, sweet, simple. We'll literally see you guys in a moment, as this one's coming up right on top of another one coming up. So if you haven't seen this before, just know you'll see it in a little bit. So, Cam, I appreciate you taking some extra time out of your time to help us set this all up. But otherwise, Slag, is there anything else we missed?
Not that I can remember. And I know that, and let me tell you, this was a fun little one shot.
It was more like a flashback. There we go. Flashback. Remembered it.
Yeah, well, I'm currently locked in some sort of space fucking jail.
Oh, God in heaven. They don't know that yet. Hey. They don't know that yet.
All
They're
I
still
know is
behind.
I'm in a highly sophisticated metal box that I have no idea what the fuck it's made of.
Yep. Well, they don't know that, so stop telling them all your dirty secrets. Guys, until next time, we'll catch you in the next video. Take it easy, guys.